You're now live with the CHRILLCAST.
Yeah, we were streaming for a second there. That was next. Oh, this is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
I'm Nathan.
And that's it. See you guys later. No, I'm just kidding. Today's Throwback Thursday, and today we're going to be talking about a game that it's got some recognition. You know, Metal Jesus has talked about it before. What the, however you feel about that guy, he's done a lot of historical coverage of games like this, where they've had very little fanfare and people didn't really know what they were. This is the episode about the Misadventures of TRON BONNE.
TRON BONNE.
I had never heard of until I think the first time I heard of it was because of Metal Jesus.
Same here.
To be totally honest,
it sounds like a really weird mispronunciation of JonTron.
I was gonna say it sounds like James Bond, but hey, the Misadventures of Jimmy Bond or something like that. I don't know. TRON BONNE. Anyways, so I mean, this is a game that Capcom released years ago now at this point on the PlayStation 1. And it didn't do nearly as well as its counterpart, Mega Man. And it's probably because there wasn't a whole lot of name recognition given to this game, based upon the fact that it was called The Misadventures of TRON BONNE with no Mega Man branding whatsoever.
Yeah,
so here's
also that's a
facts.
long title. It doesn't sound nearly as cool as Mega Man either.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
here's some facts.
Massive title.
This game was originally released 20 years ago on April 30th, 2000 in North America for the PS1. It's probably the least recognizable Mega Man spin-off ever. Mostly because I didn't even know this was a Mega Man game or a spin-off of a Mega Man game.
Yeah, I'm seeing nothing Mega Man related right now.
No.
So the game is part of the Mega Man Legends series, which in Japan, get this title, the Rockman Dash series, whatever the heck that is.
Oh, wow. Holy jumpins.
It is also a prequel and spin-off of the first Legends game. So it's a prequel to the first Mega Man Legends game, which is okay.
Yeah.
Rather than focusing on the heroic protagonist of the Mega Man Legends series, this game follows an anti-hero named TRON BONNE, the sister of the criminal Bond family of air pirates. So already this has gotten into like deep-seated lore for a game where there's not a lot of interest in deep-seated lore.
Yeah. So, did this character not appear in the games?
I know that the family of this character appeared in the games. I don't know for a fact if this character was in or out.
What was the pitch meeting like for this? It's like, we're going to create this new character no one's heard of. It's related to another character.
I can tell you what this is. This was a promotion. So, in the PS1 days, Sony did not understand, with Capcom included, what audience bought the PS1. Was it a primarily male or female audience? And what types of games they like. This was their attempt to capture a female audience in a Mega Man setting. That's my best what I can make out of this from what I've read. And I read extensively on this at one point in time. All right, so what I want to talk about is I want to discuss a game like this being a spin-off of a wildly popular series like Mega Man, and how it greatly appears to be different from most of the franchise and how it's represented. I can see some Mega Man art style here, definitely see the art style, but overall, like, what were they thinking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What were they thinking?
Pretty much.
Yeah, no, I don't think they were thinking is the answer to that question.
I almost feel like this game wasn't meant to be a Mega Man series game, and at the last minute they said, you know what?
They refitted it.
Let's just make this a Mega Man series game.
Yeah, like Star Fox Adventures.
Yeah,
it could be. Is that what happened with Star Fox Adventures?
Yeah, it was meant to be like a game called Dinosaur Planet or something.
Something like that.
And then they just changed it to Fox McCloud.
Yeah, they said that the main character looked enough like Fox McCloud. They're like, you know what? With minor visual overhaul, this can be a Star Fox game.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
I actually liked that game when I was younger.
It's cool, but it's basically like if you cross Star Fox and Zelda.
Yeah.
That's how it felt to me anyway. So, I mean, like, what do you guys think? Like, looking at this game, it doesn't feel like a Mega Man game when you, like, even when you load it up, it doesn't feel like a Mega Man game.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't have, like, even just from the little that I've seen from Mega Man Legends, like, it even seems like it's even a departure from that.
Like, it's got some art styling of the Mega Man Legends games.
Yeah, maybe a similar font on the title screen, but other than that, I would have no idea that this was a Mega Man game. And if that's the audience you're trying to capture, then obviously they missed
that
the mark.
robot in the middle of the screen almost looks like a Sonic Heroes robot that you're gonna fight on the Sonic Heroes game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They have some Lego people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really look like Lego people.
the Lego people that you're seeing there are also in Dead Rising. They
What?
got yeah, it is. If you play the first one, if you go into the toy shop in the mall, you can wear the little helmets that they're wearing in this show.
Is it like a Capcom
Oh, no way.
Yeah, Dead Rising's Capcom. You didn't know that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's also why you can get the Mega Man blaster in Dead Rising.
No, that makes sense.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
anyways,
yeah.
But I have to
I-
say, the Tron Bonne, the chick that's the represented as Tron Bonne, I just don't feel like this is a Mega Man game.
No, not at all.
So it doesn't look like a Mega Man. It's got the art style, but it doesn't really feel like or look like a Mega Man game. It wasn't marketed as a Mega Man game. And yet it's part of the Mega Man Legends series. You would have thought Capcom would have marched out with pomp and circumstance. This is the prequel to the Mega Man Legends series. Boom. And you think the sales would go up, right? It could have just, the whole title of the game could have been Mega Man Legends Adventures of Tron Bonne.
Also, so far, this looks like garbage.
I haven't heard a lot of good things about this. I mean, I think Metal Jesus said it was semi-enjoyable. But
Yeah. I heard in another video that it has like maybe a third of the action that that Mega Man Legends has.
so far I've seen a lot of like cutscenes and not a lot of play.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when's the game start?
Hey, look, there's a game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, it really comes across to me like the marketing was poor for this, and it doesn't feel like the rest of the series it's part of, and it's just kind of bizarro why it's a Mega Man game in the first place, you know? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you think this game could have been more successful with a better understanding to the market that it was actually a Mega Man Legends game?
Yes. I mean, I think that you can say that for basically any kind of game in any genre to understand the market
Breath
better.
of the Wild was called Mega Man Breath of the Wild, it would be better. You said anything.
Yeah.
You mean anything Mega Man related?
No, I meant as far as like understanding the marketplace and knowing who you're actually advertising to. Yes.
Because the way you answered
Yeah.
the question made it sound like if you just put Mega Man in the subtitle, boom.
No, you put full disclosure. You put Mega Man in the title. I'm not going to buy the game. But I digress. I just insulted a bunch of people, but yeah, no, they obviously didn't know what they're doing. I think you're onto something, that this was meant to be a different game, and then last minute they decided to put it in the same universe, because they don't even, like, the title has nothing to do with it. The art style sort of, I guess, kind of does, but there's no mention of Mega Man. Is there do they actually like have Mega Man cameo or anything in this game? Do you know?
I actually don't know. I didn't look into that particular part of the game.
I'm just
I wonder
curious
if,
if
let's see.
They just changed the character's name to Tron Bonne, and that's all they did.
Oh, here we go. Here's the Mega Man connection right here. Oh, never mind. That's women. That's not Mega Man.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they redid this today, that if it played a lot more like a Mega Man Legends game, and they really marketed it to that this is the prequel to it, maybe it would do well. But yeah, no, I think it would have to play a lot like Legends in order for it to have the same, to attract the same fans.
And when you look at this is the entire game right here. This is one of those long play channels. Look how many views this has. Only 12,000. If this was like Halo Master Chief Collection long play, probably have somewhere around 500,000 views, I would bet.
Yeah,
even if not, people are watching it all the way through, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, this is 7 hours, and we've got 12,000 views. Because you can grab footage. These long play channels are great for grabbing footage if you don't want to record it yourself, which I highly recommend you record your own footage. But I digress.
Yeah, but if you just can't, yeah.
That means this is like literally only been viewed 12,000 times. This is one of the most complete videos of this game.
Yeah.
It's just such a weird concept because it would be like having Ganon having his own spin-off instead of Ganon, which is the villain you actually recognize, like Ganon's sister that you've never even heard of before, and then have it and like on a completely different planet and never mention Zelda or Link.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know if Mega Man makes an appearance in this. We'd have to watch the whole 7-hour Let's Play, and I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Just wait. CHRILLCAST reacts to the entire Let's Play. I'm just kidding. So what I want to get at is, really, this game probably could have done much better if it was either marketed correctly or marketed as a Mega Man game and actually, kind of repurposed itself that way. What are some other games that we remember over the years that miserably flopped because of bad marketing or bad attention to detail by the company that released it? I can think of a really great example right off the top of my head.
Do it.
The Wii U.
Oh, yes.
Console.
Definitely. Yeah. And then part of that too is just they didn't do enough to attract other third parties. So it was all first. I mean, pretty well every Wii U game that I've got is all first party titles.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, because those are really the only ones worthwhile. Like even there was the Batman Arkham game that they had brought over to the Wii U. It was the prequel Arkham game. They canceled the DLC for it. They had to refund. Yeah, they had to refund everybody who got like the season pass for it. They're just like, yeah, it's not worth our time and investment to do the DLC for the Wii U version. So
that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm actually really surprised that they spent the time to port Mass Effect 3 to the Wii U and not just to port the whole trilogy, which is probably
it is
not that
sad.
difficult to do. But hey, they did give us a full-on Mass Effect 1 and 2 Genesis where you could pick all the choices, so it was halfway there. Another good one I can say that failed because of improper marketing, and I don't even know if it's a failure, but it certainly did not capture the market share of its predecessor, the PlayStation Vita.
Yep.
Yeah, I hear that it's a really great portable, but it just didn't make the sales.
No, it did the Wii U and the PlayStation Vita have like the same number of sales, like somewhere between 13 and 16 million. I think the Wii U is only 13.8. I think the Vita is closer to 16.
What's crazy about the Vita is it's such a capable little machine, and it was so ahead of its time, and then it just no one bought it.
And why I say marketing failed the Vita, Sony did something very weird with their marketing for the Vita. They brought all these companies out at launch with titles that weren't ready to go yet, and they said, just tell people what you want to do. So they had like a BioShock reveal.
Yep.
They had like some Call of Duty reveals that eventually did come to fruition, but took a lot longer than they were expecting. Black Ops Declassified, which doesn't do the justice of all the previous Black Ops games. It's really not a great Call of Duty game, even given all the hype. And it was the most expensive Vita game on the console ever released, actually. So I think it was a fully fledged like $60 title, which is the only Vita game that came out at like $60. Anyways, except for like special editions and stuff, we're not going to get into that. But it's what failed it was they sold it as if the price point was what you had to pay, and they said so $249 lands you the Wi-Fi model, and $299 lands you the 3G and Wi-Fi model. What they didn't tell you in the marketing is it doesn't come with any internal memory. So then to get internal memory was an
proprietary
cards $20 per 4 gigabytes. So if 4 gigabytes was a $20. For 40, you get like a 8 gigabyte. For 16, you'd pay 60, and for like 80 or 100, you get a 32 gig.
Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot with that.
So now you're talking a third of the cost of the 3G Wi-Fi model lands you 32 gigs. That was like 4 times the price of micro SD cards at the time.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And they're basically the same exact size as micro SD. They're probably by similar technology.
Yep.
What they did smartly though was the manufacturing cost of making the Vita carts was not that expensive. Like the Switch has a hard time because the carts, and it doesn't really have a hard time because the mass popularity it's got. But the carts for the Switch are inherently far more expensive than the Vita carts ever were. because the Vita carts are basically like just flash memory carts that were rebuilt and repurposed, made a little different, Sony proprietary, but essentially they're relatively cheap to make compared to a Switch cart. So
Interesting.
they just shot themselves in the foot with that stupid internal memory. And then what they did with the Slim, and they never marketed correctly, they left a 1 GB internal memory card for the Slim. So I think towards the end, what they should have done, and I might actually make a video on this now because I'm really intrigued by how much people don't know about the Vita. But the Vita is like a perfect remote play console. It's like as close to the Switch as you can get if you have a PS4 and a Vita without having a Switch as you can get. Because I can play Persona 5 The Royal on my Vita.
Wow.
Via remote play.
That's awesome.
And then the PlayStation TV that was also not marketed very well, $100 streaming console essentially, which is way better than Google Stadia, I must say. If you have a good Wi-Fi network, it's perfect.
Well, everything's better than Google Stadia.
The PlayStation TV is essentially a streaming device for your PS4. Its secondary purpose to play PlayStation Vita carts on your TV. So this thing can both stream any PS4 game you have in the console or download it to the console, provided your Wi-Fi network supports it, and play your PlayStation 4 in any room in your house that's plugged into. And it plays Vita carts. I can play Persona 5 The Royal on my PlayStation TV, and I can play any PS Vita game that doesn't require the back touchpad on my PS TV. So I can play Persona 4 Golden on TV. Look forward to some streaming of Persona 4 Golden in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
But
I know it.
The inherent thing going against the Vita plus PS TV plus PlayStation 4 system combination is price point. The Switch, you get everything for like that neat $300 price tag. You got the Joy-Cons, you got the dock, you got the Switch console itself, you got the Joy-Con grips, and you got the dog bone controller. You know what you get for $300? PlayStation 4. So now you got to spend another $200 to $300 on. Like if you had bought the PlayStation 4, the Vita, and the TV at their original price points, that is a huge price point going against it. But Sony, if they would have marketed it better, like if they would have, like when they were giving away the PlayStation TVs for $20, don't do that. Give them with a PlayStation 4 Pro. Like, here's your incentive. Now you have a PlayStation 4 Pro that you can play on multiple TVs. They were already selling these things like hotcakes. I can't imagine a world where the PlayStation TV would have flopped, where they actually handed it out with the PlayStation 4 Pro. Like, giving them an option. Either give them a Vita or a TV. That would have been a sweet, sweet bundle.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been a really good bundle.
So, anyways, marketing killed, in my opinion, marketing killed the Vita and the Wii U. And the PlayStation TV by default because the Vita didn't sell well. Now, if you try to get any of those things on eBay now, they're very expensive.
Yes.
Because everybody realized what a great console it was after the fact. And I think Tron Bonne, given some good marketing and a remake that kind of gives a better backstory on how it ties into the Mega Man series, plus a much better title like Mega Man Legends, The Misadventures of Tron Bonne. Boom. Instantly would have sold better.
Way better.
Also, just have completely different gameplay.
I wish we had some better video game examples instead of just two consoles. But marketing in the video game industry is a killer or a creator. It really can push or kill sales right out the gate. Try out the new controller. Wii U, RIP. You guys got anything to add to that?
No, I think that was pretty well covered.
Yep.
As always, I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And I'm Nathan.
And we will see you
on the next CHRILLCAST. Doodles.